This is Professor Moylan. This is creating instructional videos using Panapto, and this really is a cool tool if your institution has it. It's really easy to create instructional videos with Panapto. So here's what you do. Well, first off, you need to make sure you're advancing your slides. There we go. Present your slides. Your animation works, but don't get too fancy. If you've seen the other instructional videos on creating instructional videos, you're tired of seeing that. Prepare, but don't script. Use screen captures. Okay, there were my 3 generic slides that I've used across the board. Now, let's get into the specifics of Panapto. You know, we're not using Adobe Presenter. We're not using PowerPoint, Record Slideshow. We're using Panapto. Make sure that you've got it. It needs to be turned on, if you will, for your class. So the way to do that is click on the little plus sign menu item and click on tool link, and then you're going to need to name it, and then you'll identify Panapto and you'll bring that in. Now I've named my section videos. So there it is down there. And notice, if you can see that, it has the little slash through it. This is not visible to students. Many people use this as a place to store their videos. And in just a second, when we get into Panapto, we'll see how to do that. But I like to store my videos elsewhere, in class buckets. So I leave this turned off for students, and I simply use this as my tool to create videos. Okay. Now, once you click in, and now you're in there, notice it says search in folder. This is specific to each class. So you can create a video in one class and then borrow it in another class, move it over to another class. If you're using this as the place where you store your videos, notice where it says, add folder there. You can add folders and, create your little content hold areas there. Again, I'm using this just to create the video. So let's go ahead and click on that and begin to create the video. First time that you do this, you've got to make sure you've got it all configured. Now I'm going to record a new session. This is the one that I always use. Panapto Capture Beta. I don't like the sound of that. My experience beta is we haven't figured out how this works, and so find all the mistakes and let us know about them. So the record a new session works just great for me. As I said a minute ago, you can use this as a place to store your media, and you can upload other media from other places, video and audio as well. But we're here to record a session, so let's get into that. We're going to open Panapto. Again, if you don't have it already installed, you've got to make sure that you've got it installed. Now we've opened it up. Here's our default. By default, my webcam is turned on, and you see the little red record button up there in the top. Make sure that you've got the right audio feed. A couple times I haven't bothered to do that, and I'll record a whole session, and then when I look at it, there's no sound because I had more than one microphone plugged in and I didn't have the right one squared away there, so make sure you've got that. You can also turn the video off, the webcam off. Notice where it says capture computer audio. You don't have to have that on unless you're going to be doing things like playing videos, or you want the students to be able to hear whatever sounds are coming from whatever's going on your computer. It doesn't matter if you leave it on, but you don't need to have it on. As I said, I like to turn the webcam off usually, especially when I am creating PowerPoints. Usually there's not a need for them to see me. And what that means is if you turn that off, just the PowerPoint itself takes up the entire screen. So they've got a bigger graphic there for the students. Look where it says secondary sources. Capture main screen. You're going to leave it on capture main screen if you're using Excel or any other program, that you want them to see. But if you're using this to create a PowerPoint video, best thing to do is to uncheck the capture main screen and check the capture PowerPoint. And then if you look over to the right there where it says PowerPoint is open but is not currently presenting, just check that little box there where it says start presenting when recording starts. And then when you hit that red record button, boom, you're going right into PowerPoint. It's really, really easy to do in Panapto.